Hi, welcome to Counselors Getting Coffee.
That's not.
Okay,
first of all, don't start again, but that's not the name of the YouTube
Hi,
video.
welcome to Counselors in the Car Getting Coffee.
We're Counselors in the Car Getting Coffee. My name is Gordon Gooding.
I'm Margaret Lorenz.
And we are two Long Island-based counselors who, in between all the various things we do, we're going to get some coffee right now, and we're going to talk a little bit today about couples counseling. I think today's coffee is going to be, I'm thinking it's a Dunkin' run today.
Anyway.
So, on our way to get there, tell us, Margaret, what are we doing today?
Okay, we're going to talk about couples counseling. So, how do I know, or when do you think people know that they should get into couples counseling?
You want to take first crack at that?
Well, sometimes I think people wait too long until there's a big issue before getting into couples counseling. And if you can see that there's an issue that you and your spouse or your partner, or you don't even have to be married, are having to deal with, you might want to get into couples counseling sooner rather than later.
I do think people wait too long. If you're invested in your relationship and you want to be better communicators, that's a great time to go. You don't have to wait till there's a major problem. We can start addressing things and help with communication before there's a big issue. So,
I agree.
I think it's just like regular counseling. We think we have to be in like crisis mode to go.
Yes.
And it's not necessarily true. It's not true.
And honestly, if you're going through any major life change, getting married, having a baby, buying a house, you might want to think about if you want to talk with somebody else to figure out how you're going to navigate that.
Moving's a big one too, because that's a lot. Sometimes there's a lot of different dynamics of who's moving for whose job and whose family you're moving closer to and away from. How do we set those boundaries? There's so many different things, but I think a good couples counselor can definitely help with all those things.
Yeah, even if you're getting married, where are we going for the holidays? How much money is large enough of a purchase for me to tell my significant other, hey, I want to buy this? Because,
I'm not smiling, laughing at myself. I'm not identifying what we just said at all. I'm just want to.
Because I might think it's fine to spend $300, but my significant other might want a little heads up that I'm spending $300.
Yes.
So you want to know what that line is. And somebody who does premarital counseling would know that this is a common stumbling block, and it might be good to talk about before getting married.
Absolutely. It's funny you bring that up, because I think one of the things I've seen in couples, and I don't know what your experience has been, when you're talking about money and those little expenses, no one ever taught us how to talk about money.
No, it's a whole other episode.
It's a whole other thing, right? Like, in terms of, like, are we sharing money? Are we not sharing money? Do we disclose what, it's such a fun, there's such a funny world. And I always say that money is there's so much intimacy to money.
Yes.
People think intimacy, they think sex, they think all these things, but there really is a very intimate dance that goes on with talking about finances. And
with something that you would think, because it's numbers, it would be just cold.
Yeah, and it's not.
No, it's a very emotional issue, and when
it can be a huge issue. It can be a hugely charged. The resentments build up if we don't know.
No, when a couple goes on a budget together, it's like going on a money diet, and people have that same reaction of feeling that there's going to be scarcity and deprivation, and what are you spending the money on?
You're trying to control me by not doing this, and it's resentments fly around, and because we have these stories in our heads of
And some people go into a marriage thinking we're going to keep our finances separate, and the other party might have grown up in a home where that did not happen, and this feels like there's a wedge between the two of them.
And either is good. It's not a right or wrong.
Right.
It's just a matter of, can we talk about it? Can we talk about what's going to work for us in our relationship, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's, we should probably do a whole episode.
Do a whole episode on money.
Money is just...
And how no one teaches you about it.
Money is awesome and horrible all at the same time, especially when it works into our mental health,
Yes.
It really is a contributing factor to that. One of the things that I know it comes across, or I had a question for you, is because I've had these issues where I've seen people individually, and then they want to bring their partner in to see me. And which I think is fine.
Yes.
You know, 1 or 2 sessions, but ultimately, best practice is for a couple to see someone totally neutral. What's your take on that?
I really do agree completely, because I've had the same thing where I might be seeing someone as an individual for a little while, and then they're interested in couples therapy and they want to come in with their significant other to see me. But I always kind of refocus them on how their partner will feel, because maybe I've been seeing this person for 2 or 3 months and we have a relationship. The partner might come in and think I naturally have, a bias towards my client. And to be honest with you, I always worry that I do.
Yeah. You've been working with someone for a long time, and then all of a sudden, their partner comes in. No matter, even if you've heard nothing but great things about you, you're still there's an alliance there. Right.
I think it's better to have another non-biased person.
Yes. I mean, in our practice, I know that's when at least the current in our practice talks a lot about that, and we have to utilize somebody in our practice a lot just to do the couple stuff. So if you're seeing one person, I'm seeing another person, someone totally neutral, to see the couple together. Right. I'm going to need counseling with this person, and I won't merge over here. Yeah, because they don't know how to communicate.
He was not a good
When there's a blinker on, it means I want to move. But when you stay there
or slow down,
I feel like you don't hear me, that I want to get in out of the lane. Having that neutral person is really important for both people. Everybody wants to feel safe there. Just like when you start your own personal therapy, you want someone safe, you want someone neutral, you want someone it's not tainted. You're starting with a clean slate.
Yes, so I do think that's important. And what to expect from couples counseling, what's going to happen there. Because sometimes people can come in, if it's their spouse's idea, anxious about what's going to happen. Are they both going to gang up on me? Am I going to get in trouble? What I found most interesting about couples counseling is you go in and you have a feeling like I'm going to get to complain about my partner, and they will fix them, and they'll see all the issues I have. But like with any type of therapy, it's about looking at yourself and how you can better understand your partner, and then how you can better approach them and work with them. So the
laundry list.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Let me come in here with this list of complaints about my partner and tell you all the ways that all the things they do wrong. While we don't acknowledge any of my parts.
They've done nothing.
Because I am an angel. I am innocent.
Everything right.
I have done everything right. Yeah. This is all on her. It sounds like we're not talking from experience with this in our own relationships.
Yes. It was going in and all of a sudden realizing, I'm going to have to do work here.
Wait, I could do like a... This is what happens when people our age try to be young. I can do a Taylor Swift reference.
Oh, can you?
Isn't there a song?
Oh, yes, that's that.
What's it called?
I'm the problem.
I'm the problem. It's me. Like, I literally remember that.
Yes.
It's got like, wait a second. It's me.
Yeah.
Oh, my expectations, my control, my...
How I approach. It's rough to look at that. So.
But it's also like a freedom to it. Like, once I know, when I saw my part, it was like, I can work on this. I can do something different too. Yeah. So it hurts, but it's also like
an opportunity for growth.
Exactly.
What do you say? You always say that growth is uncomfortable.
Is that what I always say?
You do always say
I do say that. Yes. Yeah. Growth is uncomfortable. Yes. Pain is a good motivator too. Yeah. And that's what, and it's been, we're talking about a relationship that we cherish, that we're invested in, and we want it to get better. And I don't know, I have never heard of a relationship that couldn't. We all have our stuff, right?
100%.
Especially when it comes to communication.
Yeah.
So now that's the key to the couples, is like how to help you communicate better so that everyone's needs can be met.
So in going to couples counseling, I wouldn't worry that you're going to get blamed or yelled at. I think a good therapist is going to...
A good therapist will not let that happen.
Yes, and we'll meet you both in a good place and set goals all together.
I was always shocked. You're going to talk a little bit about our experience again, but how it's these little things. It's never the little things.
No, it's
right?
never the sponge.
It's never the sponge the way, or the which way the toilet paper goes.
Yeah.
That's a real argument. That was a real argument in my house. I thought that was a joke.
Oh, I did not.
Did you have a real argument?
No, I did not have an argument about that. I've had arguments about other things.
No. We had arguments about that one, and I couldn't understand it. And it wasn't that. It was she didn't feel heard.
Yeah.
So, that's, and I was like, oh, that's what it is. It's not that. It's about hearing your partner.
Right. Just like about the money that you mentioned before. I don't think it's so much about, it's about deprivation. It's about feeling controlled. It's about wanting to have control, scarcity. There's so many other emotional things that impact a regular grown-up budget conversation where it can get very heated.
When we're very heated, especially in our relationships, it's like nothing can get done then.
No.
But, our marriage counseling, couples counseling, also taught us when we have to step back and cool off.
Yeah.
And reapproach when we're in a different space, right?
Yes, it can give you really great rules for fighting fair.
So, a question I wanted to throw out for us, something that comes up a lot, is when, and I've seen that, we've talked about this before, when one person wants to go to couples counseling,
yes,
and the other person's like, we don't need that. What's your take on that?
Well, I would try to explore with your partner why they don't want to go. It could be fear,
It's always fear.
and see if you can work through that together. Explain like it's something that you feel could be helpful, and maybe they'll contract to go 3 times, 4 times, and see if the therapist can engage them. And if they still won't go, I would go on your own.
100%. You try your best, but there's still always things you can do to help you communicate your needs to your partner, even if they won't go.
We were talking about going to therapy on your own if
your partner won't go.
Yes, we ran out of battery.
Because this is a professional operation.
It's a very professional operation.
So the one thing I do think, when we talk about like a partner that's resistant going, because I've seen people try unsuccessfully a lot to try to get their partner to go to counseling or agree to go to counseling in the heat of the moment, like in an argument during a stressful time, as opposed to like really being sensitive to making sure your partner can hear that you want to do that, right?
Yeah.
In a calm space, not in the middle of a crisis.
When a partner agrees to that during a fight, it's almost under duress.
Yes.
And then they might back off of it, and then we're in a power struggle.
I don't know about it. I can't, when I'm in an agitated state, I can't hear. My wife and I have had this joke forever. It's like, I know what you said, but it's not what I heard.
Oh, yeah. I think that's really important.
Because what we hear, what someone says, and what we hear,
right.
Because someone might hear, oh, you think the relationship's not working. That's not what they're saying. They're saying they want to work on the communication skills, or they want to move closer together, or
because their fear comes up, just like mind reading. Well, if you're saying you want to go to counseling, you must be planning on leaving. You're just going to say it like there's catastrophizing, mind reading.
Mind reading. That's a great. We should almost do a whole episode on mind reading.
Mind reading.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I used to Kim and I still joke about that. I know what you're thinking right now. Like, no, you don't. But in my head, that's my anxious brain going. I can have a whole conversation with someone. They don't have to participate. Because I'm going to say this, they're going to say this, and then I'm going to come back with this, and then they're going to come back with this, so then I'm going to really...
Yeah, and in a long-term relationship, you can really feel
yes,
you know what they're going to say. And it's
sometimes I do.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes you do.
But a lot of times, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm wrong.
You got to give them an at-bat. You got to give them an at-bat to get it
at-bat. I like that.
Get it right or wrong.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Awesome. All right. So now we do have a couple of nice blogs on our website about couples counseling and about how we communicate.
And we can attach them below.
Attach them below.
Along with all of our social media stuff. I wanted to just mention about discernment counseling, which is something that we just learned about. One of the clinicians in the practice offers.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and that's when a couple doesn't know whether they want to move forward in the relationship, or whether they want to just
break
end things. Yes. So it's short-term therapy.
In order to figure out whether they really want to, because couples counseling is an investment.
Right.
Money, time, energy, and if you want to do that, sometimes you got to figure out if that's really going to be the right fit for you. So
right.
What is it called?
Discernment counseling.
Discernment counseling.
And then the couple can decide, all right, we're going to continue our own way and we're not going to get therapy anymore after this, or they can decide we are going to separate and maybe both go and see their own individual therapists, or they can decide they want to move forward and continue with marriage counseling or couples counseling and see if that makes things better. So it's a short term.
And that might be a good bridge for somebody who's resistant.
Yes.
Just to say, listen, why don't we do discernment counseling to see if it's right for us, see if the person's right for us, see if this is something we want to do, or is it
and that can
help you assess it.
Yeah, because some people are less hopeful. They're just like, no, we'll just continue like this. I don't think anything's going to help. We're just going to continue in this unhappy way. This is a time to see if therapy or the therapist can engage the other person and get them to feel more hopeful and more willing to make some changes.
If nothing changes, nothing changes. Right?
Nothing changes, nothing
changes. That's what happens. So I think that's, you could definitely get into some of those on future episodes, but I think it's such an important topic. I'm so glad Lisa went over that with our last group supervision.
Yes.
So check out our blogs.
Check out all the links below.
We have links below.
Yes, we do.
Under
here.
Here. Right?
Yes, and also hit the subscribe button and subscribe bell so you know that when we come out with content. Videos. Yeah.
Content? Is that content?
Content videos.
Content videos. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I'm Margaret Lorenz.
We really suck at ending.
You're just going to say...
I'm Gordon Gooding.
Yes.
Find out more at goodingwellness.com. Thanks again.
Thank you.